Hi everyone. So today we're going to start lesson 5.4, but we're going to start on page 310 in your workbooks. We're looking at the first problem, which is another way. In this lesson, we're going to divide a decimal by a whole number. So a little bit different than dividing whole number by a whole number, but not much, trust me. So we're going to look at the first problem here. I'm actually going to do it on another page so I have more room. And it tells us that we need to divide $40.89 by 47. So I have it written down here. And if you remember, we have to figure out, we have to look at our divisor, which is 47, and then see how many times it can fit into our dividend. So if I'm looking here, I look at the first digit on the inside and I say, okay, is 47 greater than or less than 4? Well, it's definitely greater than, so it's not going to fit in there. So we're gonna put a 0 here, that placeholder. Now I'm gonna look at the first two digits. I have 40 here. 47 is greater than 40, so it's not gonna fit in there either. So I'm gonna have to put another placeholder here. When you do not have a decimal in your divisor and you only have it in your dividend, the nice thing is all you have to do is bring it straight up. Place it up here in your quotient, and that's it. I usually do it as my first step actually so that I don't forget it. So now I'm looking at the first three numbers in the dividend, and I have 408. 408 is greater than 47, so it can definitely go into that number. Now, how many times? Well, you know me, I'm always estimating. So I have 47, I would say that's close to 50. And I know that I can fit two 50s in 100, right? So this time I have 408. So 4 times 2 would give me 8. So I think I can fit 47 in there 8 times. So I would do my math off to the side to see. So I take 47 times 8. Well, 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 5 is 37. So that's 376. Definitely fits. I could try and see if 9 would work. So 7 times 9 is 63. 6 times 4 is 36, plus 6 would be too big, so that won't work. So we'll put our 8 right up here. And we know that 8 times 47 is 376. And then I have to subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. 0 minus 7, I can't do it, so I gotta borrow. 10 minus 7 is 3. Okay, so 32, I check, is less than 47. So now I can go ahead and bring down my last digit here, which happens to be a 9. And I get 329. Well, that's less than 376. So maybe we could do 47 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 4 is 28. 29, 30, 31, 32. That gives me 329, which is exactly what we need. So I put my 7 up here. 7 times 47 is 329. I subtract, I get zeros. So our answer is 87 hundredths. So in your workbook, you can come up here and write it in. All right, our next problem here, it says try this. So 79 and 35 hundredths divided by 23. I'm gonna move my decimal directly up into my quotient so I don't forget it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and divide. 23 cannot go into 7 because 7 is less than. Can 23, is it greater than or less than 79? It's definitely less than, so it can go into that. So let's think. 23 is close to 25. And if I had 3 25s or 3/4, that would give me 75 cents, right? So that's probably as close as that we're gonna get it. So 23 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 2 is 6. So I'm gonna put my 3 here, subtract, and I get 10. Is 10 less than 23? Yep, so we're good. Bring down my 3. Now I'm dealing with 103. So we know that 4/4 equals $1 or 100 pennies. So that gets us close. So let's try 23 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 92, that's definitely as close as we're going to get. 3 minus 2 is 1. We have to borrow. 10 minus 9 is 1. 11 is less than 23, so that will work. So we bring down my 5 of 115. So let's try 23 times 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. And that works out for us because we needed 115. So our answer is 3 45/100. Now, if you remember, we can always check to see if we divided correctly by multiplying the quotient by the divisor. So if I take 3.45 here and multiply, 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Then I put my placeholder. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6. And we're going to go ahead and add them up. And I get 79 35/100, which is my dividend. So I did it correctly. It checks off. All right, let's look at our share and show problems. We're going to do it on another piece of paper because as you can see there was not much room and it's not set up the right way for us to solve it. So the first one we have is 4 92/100 divided by 2. And the book says it equals 246. So we're going to have to check and see if that is true. Let's see. So 2 is less than 4, so we can go straight in. 2 times 2 is 4. That's 0 left over. Bring down my 9. And bring my decimal up. 2 times 4 is 8. Is 1. And I bring down my 2. 2 times 6 is 12. So actually, I think I might have not read that right. It says write the quotient with the decimal point placed correctly. That's what it was. Sorry about that. So this is the actual answer, the 246, but we have to figure out where the decimal goes. It's not always as easy as just counting like it was with multiplication. You're going to need to solve this out and to be able to know where it goes. And in this case, we found out that it goes here. Okay? Let's look at this next one. So we know our answer is going to consist of these 3 numbers. We just don't know where our decimal is going to go. We have 50 16/100 divided by 38. So 38 does not go into 5, but it will go into 50 once. And that would give us 12. We bring down our 1. I'm just going to slide it over here. Put my decimal up. All right, we can make our arrow even go this way so we know what we did. Now, 38, close to 40. 4 times 3 would give me 12. So I'm gonna try 38 times 3. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 3 is 9, 10, 11. That gives me 114. Definitely looks like that's as close as it's gonna get me. So I put my 3 there. And I'm gonna subtract. 11 minus 4 be 7. Yep. And then we're gonna bring down our 6. And 38, let's see here. Let's see what times 2 is, because that'd be in between the two. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So that is what we needed. So our decimal is going to go 2 places in. Okay? So, for your homework, on page 313, you're going to do problems 2 through 6, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as well as problems 10 and 11. And blue group is going to do problems 2, 4, and 10 only. You are simply just to divide these, make sure that you show all of your work and turn it in on Google Classroom.